Hey, what's up, listeners? I'm here with CritiCorner. I'm Connor. I'm joined by Chris.
Hi.
Hey, Chris.
We're
Yo,
not going to talk about how you say I'm here with CritiCorner,
yo,
right?
Kudet. Okay. Anyways, Kudet. All right. Anyways, um, so today we're gonna be talking about Tokyo Game Show mainly, but this is gonna be the first episode of the podcast, so we'll probably do an episode. What do you think? Maybe like once every couple weeks or once a week or something.
Most if we can once every week, but most likely it's going to be like once every 2 weeks.
Yeah. So we're just gonna do it
This,
every once in a
yeah.
while, but it'll be fun. We made the logo yesterday. We were gonna start recording yesterday, but then we had a whole bunch of stuff like let's
The
make a logo,
logo, yeah,
let's make a
the
cover.
logo took really, really long.
And if you guys can see the little antenna thing, we don't know what to call that. I guess it's a satellite or something, but it's like we were gonna do that, and it was like really blurry in the first image of the logo that we made, so we had to like change it up a little bit. Anyways, going into like the Tokyo Game Show. So you want to talk about your thoughts, Chris? Like, what do you think about it?
This is like, I think the first time I watched the Tokyo Game Show was like back in, I think the first one that I watched was 2021, so like a year ago. And this one, I heard from a lot of people said that this one was an improvement over the last one. And I say, yeah, there's more interesting stuff there. Like for me personally, like I really like Sonic Frontiers was there. I like the Persona 5 stuff, even though we pretty much already knew all that we need to know about that. I like how they talked about Persona 5 more in Atlas and Sega's one.
I'd like to add, I felt really stupid when I realized that when they had Persona 5 the Royale, and you just told me it was Persona 5 Royal, I was like, oh, it's the same thing. It's not even a new game, and it was just
You thought it was a
I thought it
Persona
was a
Battle
I
Royale,
thought it was a
didn't
whole new
you?
game. Yeah, because it said the Royale like with the E at the end instead of
Yeah.
Royal. So I was like, Fortnite and Persona, like what is going on?
Personally, personally, I prefer between the two names, I prefer the Royale more because it sounds more badass to me. But
I think it does sound
eh,
cooler, but also it's like if you're gonna
yeah,
say the Royale with like battle royale games, and low key, I don't think that that would be great.
it's
But
like
I
the
mean, if
Royal.
if they did decide to make a Persona themed battle royale game, I don't think that would completely suck. So
That sounds awful.
I mean, yeah, but I think battle
How would
royales
that
have kind
even
of
work?
fallen off in general. Like Fortnite's only alive right now because of all the collabs they've had, and it's just kind of overrated at this point. Like I know you need Naruto to carry you, but relax.
Low key, the best one is Apex Legends, the best battle royale that was ever released, in
Apex
my
is
opinion.
Apex is not the best one ever released. I
Well,
mean,
okay, which one is it?
probably
Which one is
H1Z1
it
because
then?
that's like the one that really sparked the genre. But I never played that. But yeah, as far as the best one I've ever played, it's probably Apex because I think
Which
Warzone
one
is
is it?
kind of mid. I think Warzone's better than Fortnite, but I just was never a fan of Fortnite. But if we're
I
talking
think it
about,
goes Apex. Oh, yeah, you got it.
I think if we're talking about in terms of like which one had the most traction, I think Fortnite has that for sure because it was pretty poppin' like with all the tournaments and stuff that they got into. But that's just my opinion. And I mean, I never liked Fortnite. I was never good at it, which is why I never liked it. Because I was like, why am I gonna like build a bunch of stuff out of nowhere and I'm not even good at it, and then people are just gonna snipe me? Like, why would I want to do that?
I think the last time I was like did something cool in Fortnite was when I was playing with Isaiah and I killed like 3 people and then I proceeded to never kill anyone else for the entirety of when I played that game.
Facts.
So
It's
I
like
peaked in that moment. So I was like, yeah, I'm good. I'm not playing this stuff anymore.
it's like a continuous cycle with battle royale games. Because like I'll go into a match and I'll just be trying to at least get one kill. I'll be like, if I can get one kill for my KDR to like be okay, then I can be like one for one, and I die after getting one kill. I'll be happy. And if I can get more than one kill, I'm very happy because I suck at battle royales. But that's why I play Master Duel. So because that's the one game that I'm
Yes,
actually
that's
like that
fair.
good at. So
All right. Back on topic. Since we're talking about Master Duel, you could did you watch the Konami one? The Konami Tokyo Game
I
Show one?
didn't.
Or watch bits and pieces?
Did you see it?
No.
Oh, well, I'll
Then
look at it
never mind
later.
then.
I didn't know Konami had
Uh
one that was
I,
there.
I'm pretty sure Konami. Everyone was pissed about it because they said, "Oh yeah, Konami didn't show." Actually, no, I can't talk about Konami because Konami did show the
PlayStation did not show that much. That's what happened.
Suikoden. They show more than Nintendo did.
Facts.
Um, the Nintendo. Let me talk about Konami first. Konami did the Suikoden, which is a cool RPG. Do you know what Suikoden is?
Never heard of it.
Probably not. Suikoden is like a cool RPG game, sort of like what's a good comparison? Suikoden. Suikoden is like I'm drawing a blank. Golden Sun, I think.
which I don't know what that is
Uh,
either, but I'm gonna assume it's. I mean, what do
y'all
you?
can
How'd you rate it out of
y'all
10?
can get mad at me in the comments. Y'all can get mad at me in the comments if I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong, please. But I think it's like Golden Sun. Um, yeah, it looks pretty cool, but that's pretty much the only thing that they really showed of note. There was no Metal Gear. There's no Silent Hill, which is what people really wanted to see.
Oh,
But
valid.
you win some, you lose
I
some.
wanna, I wanna,
Konami is not back.
I wanna talk about the new Street Fighter that's gonna come out because it seems really sick what they're doing with it. Like, because basically it's like the design style they're rocking with seemed really cool, and there's also gonna be a campaign now where you just go around and fight people, and there's character creation that's like in the same style of the characters, so you can make your own character in that same art style, which I think is pretty cool. And there's probably gonna be some potential for that. And some people have predicted it might be like their personal what they believe is gonna be game of the year. So I think that's an interesting concept.
Game of the year.
Yeah,
Mm,
I don't know.
that's a big
It's
ask.
it's a yeah, it's true.
I keep on buying fighting games. Like, oh yeah, this is the time I'm actually going to play a fighting game. Like, I own Guilty Gear. I think I own Dragon Ball Fighters like from a while ago. When I was like 14. What other fighting game that I own that I don't play?
There's
Well,
a
I do play
bunch.
Smash
There's
Brothers.
probably a bunch because there's just so many
Yeah.
fighting games at this point. Like,
I try to play them, but then I realized that I suck ass at them, and I can't get better when I fight online. So I was like, I don't know what to do here.
you just have
Folks.
to
I'm just gonna
combo
put
up.
it
Come
down.
on.
The combo. Look, I'm a Smash guy.
Yeah,
Pause.
yeah, yeah.
But
Hey, yo.
I'm best. I'm better at like more simple. Like Smash is not entirely simple, but it has like the actual moves themselves can be achieved easier compared to like an actual traditional fighting game. I still consider Smash a fighting game. It's just traditional fighting games are like on another level in terms of complexity than Smash Brothers is.
Yeah, that's fair. I
I just
think
like Smash Brothers more.
yeah, that's fair. I think in terms of Street Fighter, because I never got into Street Fighter. Like the only time I think I've played it is like there was the old like arcade version that I played when I was a kid when I went to an arcade or something. But other than that, I can't really remember playing it. But if I did have the like specs to play it with the art styles, like the finishers, they look really sick and they're pretty crazy. I mean, I don't know how else to describe it, but the art style for the finishers is really cool. And there's the announcer going the whole time. So if I was going to play a Street Fighter game, it would probably be the new one if I had to play one. Anyways, I wanted to talk about also
Sorry.
you're good.
I like
Also,
Street Fighter 5 too. I like the graffiti art that it had. That was pretty cool.
yeah,
Probably not gonna
fair.
buy it. I gotta play Guilty Gear first
I'll take it.
because I still have that, and that's probably still the one that I would play. You can continue what we're
Okay,
doing.
so also what I heard cuz I didn't watch the full thing, but I did hear about on a IGN video that I was watching about it about how like PlayStation wasn't there, but what they did have was PSVR 2 and they had Resident Evil Village going on in there and they used to have like a bunch of wires I guess for the PSVR 1 or something and they ended up cutting it down to only like one wire that's really connected to the actual headset. So it's seeming to be more like I guess higher tech with less wires attached to it. So it seems like they're moving in an interesting direction for that, and the gameplay looked pretty good for it from what I saw of the clips. So I wish they would have shown more, but I mean I think that's not a bad showing if you're gonna not show that much. So
Do you like PR?
I've never played it, but if I had the opportunity to,
I
I
play
would.
VR.
But purely because,
Uh,
and I know we were talking about this yesterday, that I was not gonna bring up SAO in every episode,
oh
but
my fucking
I
god.
can't not because the VR stuff that they had in there, like if we're moving towards that, the Nerve Gear and SAO, even though it would like fry your brain, was a really cool concept. How it could like bring your brain fully into the game. So if we end up moving towards something like that, even though theoretically that would cost like millions and millions of dollars, that would be a really cool thing. So I think
Yeah,
VR has a lot of potential just because of
yeah,
that.
we get
So
trapped in the game where if we die in the game, we die in real life.
hey, but if you think about it though, like the game in that point is real life for you because that's like your whole brain is in there too. So it's like
That sounds
that's
awful.
really real life for you. You know,
That sounds
it
awful.
does sound awful, but it's kind of cool though. Like,
It is cool,
and
but
if I
it
get
does
if
sell.
if I get stuck in there with
Look,
Asuna, I'm all right.
if if gaming, fuck off, Asuna.
Oh
If
my,
gaming goes to that type of level, if they go like full on digital, well, not digital. I'm actually fine with digital. If they go on like full on VR, I'm out. I'm not playing any recent game. If Nintendo had a VR system, PlayStation had a VR system, Xbox had a VR system, I would be done with recent games, and I would only play like on my Switch or something. I'll be like, yeah, y'all got it.
I kind of
Y'all can
doubt
ruin generations.
I kind of doubt everyone gets into VR because I feel like there's are going to be people that are
It's
like,
too much of a niche.
yeah, that's what I'm
It's too
saying.
much
There's
of a
people
niche
that are
community.
conquering the market, so I feel like there's always going to be games. There's always going to be a need for consoles and stuff, and I don't think VR is going to always be the central thing because like I feel like not everyone's into that, and some people get like motion sickness and stuff from VR, so I feel like it's going to be more niche, but I think there is still a big market for it and possibilities because people have done some really cool stuff with VR, but I still think it's in the earlier stages of development in terms of like the overall big picture of where VR is going to be in like the next 50 years from now. I think VR is probably going to be in a pretty solid period of development between now and then because we're only going up and the development seems to be pretty rapid from maybe like I don't know 5 years ago to where we are now. So
I mean, I played VR before. I played Super Hot VR. That was pretty cool, but I would never like I could only play it for like an hour. I could never like play it consistently for very long periods of time because it'll always feel like a gimmick to me. It'll always feel like it's a restriction to like regular video game.
I feel like that's true. I
You
feel
can't
like
you can't move.
yeah,
You have to
you
sort of
can't
like
move, and the things that you have, like you know the Oculus things that you have to hold in your hands that are like the little circle things that are like controllers. I feel like
they're
using
literally
that.
Wiimotes.
I feel like using
They're
that to
literally
like pick
Wiimotes.
stuff up is like kind of I don't know. Like I feel like that kind of ruins part of the immersion of it. So if they could move away from that and do like actual gloves or something instead that are more like accurate to what your hand is actually doing, I feel like that'd be better. And if they could do something to where it like you could move around more seamlessly or like I don't know. I feel like that'd be hard though. And I don't know, do you know about Ready Player One?
Yeah, I watched that.
Yeah,
It
so it's
was
like
not a good movie.
the VR technology that the dude had. I don't know cuz I read the book and watched the movie. I don't know if it was in the movie, but he had like a VR treadmill thing that went like in all directions. It was like omnidirectional treadmill. So it was like acting like you're running around and he was like tethered I think to the ceiling or something maybe. I don't know. But like stuff like that like you can actually
Mhm.
move around. So the limitations of not moving around, like not physically moving around if you're meant to be immersed. Like if they're not going to do something where it's like your brain is being put into the game, which I think is unrealistic, and that's why it's only in anime. I mean, I think that'd be cool though. Like I would
It
try
would be
that for
cool.
sure.
It will. It's just like I feel like there would be something that would go wrong with that. I feel like there would be like something wrong
Oh,
with
there for
that
sure
type
would.
of system.
I think if it
People
got
would get like too disconnected from
yeah,
reality. People would be again like frying their brains. They'll be start looking like the goddamn Matrix.
the freaking monsters.
I'm not about that one.
But
Yeah, I'm not about that.
nah, I think there's definitely some stuff wrong with that too though, because I feel like if it gets good enough, then you're gonna be like not knowing if you're in reality or if you're in the game still, if it's that accurate. So it could probably be confusing. And I think that that's cool that the technology could get to that point, but of course there's going to be like issues with that. Another game I saw from the recap of the game show that I watched is like a more indie game, quote unquote, but it's like a Ghostbuster game where it's 4v1 and one person is like a ghost and four people are trying to capture the ghost and it looked pretty good. Like I don't know what to
What's it called?
compare it to, but there's always games where it's like there's four people trying to like escape a thing. What was it? Like Friday the 13th game or something was similar to that.
Uh, yeah, I
Yeah.
know what you're talking about. They had GTFO too, and they have yeah Friday the 13th. Those were the games where um, like three players try to work together to either escape or stop the monster player.
Yeah. So I think it seems similar to that maybe. So I think that has a lot of potential and the graphics look cool. Also freaking okay. I really want to talk about this when I saw it yesterday because we already talked about it a little bit yesterday. But Power World, it's like the Pokemon copy. It's literally open world Pokemon, but also like a third person shooter. Like you're literally getting a bow and arrow and a gun and shooting the Pokemon that you're trying to like catch or something. It's so weird. I don't know how I feel about that.
I think the Pokeball can also shoot guns. I'm not playing it. I'm not playing it.
I'm
I
not.
don't even like
Oh,
I don't even like regular Pokemon that much, to be honest. Giving them guns isn't really gonna change it for me.
I want to watch like
Cause like
gameplay of it though. Like I'm interested to see because I would never invest my money into that. But if I'm getting free content on like YouTube or something, then I can watch someone play that maybe for like a good, I don't know, 10 15 minutes and see how it goes because I'm
I
interested
would
to
do
see
it.
like what that would be like, but I'm there's no chance of me playing that like at all.
Yeah, I don't really, cause like I never really liked Pokemon in the first place because it's kind of just the same game, like every single game that they released so far, except for like Pokemon Legends Arceus. So
That is true, except they've added different
yeah,
stuff, but I think the stuff like when it got to Z moves and stuff or whatever, I just stopped liking it. Like I think Mega Evolutions was peak, but then when they did like Gigantamax and like whatever the other thing is, yeah,
Dynamax.
Dynamax,
There was Dynamax and
I'm
Gigantamax.
not a fan of those. I think that was just a weird mechanic to add. I think Mega Evolutions were like peak because it's like, oh, you can evolve your fully evolved Pokemon further into like an OP version of itself, like during the battle if it has a certain item. Like I think that's such a cool concept, and especially because only certain Pokemon could Mega Evolve. But now with like the Z moves and Dynamax and Gigantamax and whatever, I feel like that's just kind of ruined it. So like Sun and Moon, I think once it got there, and then past that, it's just been bad.
Yeah, people really didn't like Pokemon Sun and Moon. I played those games when I was like 13, so I can't really remember.
I feel like I like the legendaries and mythicals not bad from there. Like I think I like Solgaleo and Lunala, but other than that, I can't really. And I like the
I
starters.
like
Like
Luna.
I think Rowlet. What are the other starters from there? Rowlet and I think it was
Rowlet,
Poplio
Litten, and
and
yeah, I think it's
Poplio.
Pablo.
Yeah.
Pablo.
So those are good. Yeah, I think I like Rowlet and Litten. Not really Poplio that much, but yeah.
I like.
After that, I just haven't really been keeping up with it that much. So
I think Decidueye was my favorite one there. I forgot which one I chose.
oh, for
I
sure.
think I chose Lit.
That's why I like Decidueye though, because Rowlet evolves into Decidueye. It was just like it was like a Robin Hood, but like a owl and grass type, and the design was really cool for that.
They did have Pokken. Pokken was cool.
Oh, true. Wait, Pokemon Tournament is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, Pokken Tournament was cool. I forgot that was a thing.
Oh yeah, I never
They
play. I
could have.
forgot that was a
They
thing
should
until you
have.
said it.
They should have released a new one of those.
Oh yeah,
Should have kept the Pokemon spin-offs, huh?
on the topic of Pokemon, I saw this game because I got a pop up on YouTube and I decided to watch it. But it's like this Pokemon game that they're developing. That's like another Pokemon game that people are making for Roblox. And I don't know why they decide to do that because it's just gonna get taken down. Like I feel like because they made
Wasn't
some of their
there?
own like their own special ones, and then like yeah, they made like custom Pokemon too, but they still have the ones that are Pokemon's like ones that they made. So I don't
Wasn't
understand why they're
there?
doing that. Like
Wasn't there already Pokemon Roblox games
yeah,
on
there was Brick Bronze and then it got taken down. And I used to play that game
oh
like for real. Like I was on that game when I was younger.
I never really played Roblox as a kid.
I used to love playing Roblox. Like I remember I played an SAO game and I played a Pokemon Brick Bronze and those were like my favorite games. Those were like my favorite thing
Um,
ever when I was younger.
Played on my DS a lot. Played on my DS and my Wii.
Imagine having a DS instead of a like crappy laptop that you can only play Roblox on.
Crappy PC,
I
like
cannot
from
relate.
2007.
Facts. No, it was literally just like a crappy.
Hand me down.
I think it was my mom's old work laptop, and it was just
Yeah,
so
hand me
bad.
down.
Like it could barely run Roblox. It was a sad time. Okay, so moving
Yeah.
on because I have a couple more games I want to talk about still. What do you think
Uh-huh.
about One Piece Odyssey?
I never watched One Piece, but
I mean, yeah,
if the if the because it's too long, it's like really long. It's like 1,000 episodes. So yeah, no, I'm not watching that. I may play it if it's like a good RPG as like in of itself, because it's not like directly related to One Piece. So it's not like what's that one game that came out? Dragon Ball Z Kakarot,
oh yeah.
where it's the RPG and you literally play through the anime.
I always
That
see
one was
Jaden
really
playing
cool.
that.
It was.
I always see Jaden playing that on his Xbox status. He's always playing that.
I
Uh,
may play it. I may play it one day.
yeah, it doesn't seem bad. I might watch Dragon Ball Z. But on the topic of One Piece, if
Watch
anybody
TBTA.
if anybody
Better
that is
than Dragon
listening to
Ball Z.
this watches One Piece, please tell me what episode it gets good because if it gets good at an early enough episode, I may watch some episodes. I'm definitely not watching all of them, but like the early episodes when the animation is also bad and it's just like the same corny plot line, then it's like I just like it just feels like it's made for kids. And my whole point about people that hate on anime is like it's more mature than like cartoons and stuff. But One Piece, the episodes that I watched are really not. Like it just seems like it is for kids.
Honestly, honestly, at this point, I won't even. I feel like anime and cartoons can be pretty like. I feel like anime and cartoons can be on the same level of like maturity
No
at
way.
this
No,
at this
definitely not.
point in time.
Because this is the
Yeah, they
thing.
can.
Cartoons assume that the audience is stupid a lot of the time.
Devilman Crybaby.
No, no, okay, I'm talking about like Dora. Dora
Devilman,
is a cartoon.
Devilman Crybaby. Oh,
Like
so you
you're
want to talk about
like
Beyblade? So
we're
you want to talk about Beyblade then? Is that what you want to talk about? Because
no,
that's an
dude.
anime technically.
But I'm saying that like I'm saying like some anime are made for kids, but I'm saying cartoons are mostly
Oh,
exclusively made for kids unless it's on like Adult
this is
Swim.
not.
And some
No,
of
that's
them are
not
good at that,
true.
like making like not assuming their audience is stupid. Like Regular Show did a good job at that, and Adventure Time did a good job
Well,
with that. But it's like there's so many good anime that are like the plot lines are too deep and the nuances are too like hard to understand for kids that if kids watch them they just would not like them and it'd be too inappropriate for them. So anime
I
is
mean, well,
definitely intended for a lot more mature audiences as well than cartoons are generally speaking.
let's talk about generally, yeah, but I think both of them can be on the same level of maturity at points.
I mean sure,
Like
but
with specific
I
cartoons.
think I think at its peak, like anime is definitely going to be a lot more like deep. Like if we were looking at psychological
It's also
anime, like the
debatable.
psychological anime that exists that are like the top of the genre are probably way more psychological, like or psychologically like horrific than any cartoon that's claiming to be psychological. Like I don't think that
Adventure Time
cartoons
was pretty
really
psychological,
get
not
that
gonna
far.
lie.
I know, but
So
it's just not the same level.
Adventure Time got weird. Adventure Time got jiggy with it. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, I never watched Adventure Time to that point, but I will say that like the uh
Um,
the anime that's like I don't know what it's called, but there's this one where but it's like this guy who's a doctor and he has to choose like between saving this child and like saving the mayor or something in like a hospital and then his actions like change the course of like certain events and I think like the kid ends up being a serial killer or something and I don't know if that means the kid gets saved or what, but I think it's really interesting apparently like how it's set up, but I think that's going to be like way more deep because people say it's like such a psychological thriller and there's so many nuances to it that I don't think it could be any cartoon could be on the same level of like psychological thrilling or like horror as that.
at the end of the day, they're both animated, so I feel like they could achieve the same thing if they want.
They could,
It's
but
just
they don't though.
for for uh for like I will agree with you that many more cartoons are I wouldn't say child focused. I think it would be more so they're not like I wouldn't say
I think the difference is in America there's a
they're not
stigma.
going for psychological horror. They're not going for psychological horror is the thing.
I mean that's
Many
fair.
cartoons are going for like they're going for mature themes, but they're not particularly trying to like they're touching on them like death, reincarnation, stuff like that, but they're not going to like oh, should this person die? They don't really do that often.
I mean,
Um
I think the overall difference is like it's really the stigma between Japan and like America though, because I think America has like a stigma that if it's animated, then it's for children. So, or it's for the stigma that anime is for like weird kids or weird people to watch. So there's definitely a stigma around that. But I think in Japan, like animation is more of a centralized thing that it's like any age can enjoy animation, and there's some animated things that are more targeted towards adults. Whereas I don't think as many animated things in America are targeted towards adults.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's a smaller amount of mature cartoons than there are mature anime. I just think that they can reach the same level of maturity at times.
I think at times, I just think like overall, like because of course they both have the potential to, but I don't think that that potential is properly executed as much as it could be because of the stigmas that people have about it. But anyways, that's a whole long conversation that we could get into a different time. But there's a couple more things. Did you hear about Genshin Impact's anime adaptation that's gonna happen?
Wait, what?
Yeah,
We're getting an anime adaptation?
Yeah, Genshin's gonna get an anime adaptation. It's probably gonna be kind of far off, but I'm pretty sure it's
Uh,
the same studio that made Demon Slayer, so it's probably gonna be pretty good when it comes out.
I'm not gonna watch it. But
Okay,
cool.
cause Jaden sent it to me, And I was telling him, I was like, I played Genshin. I didn't really like it that much. It kind of fell off for me because like
Play Breath of the Wild.
they're still doing all
Honestly,
the
just
stuff.
play Breath of the Wild.
I just don't really like the gotcha. And there was like a skill wall, or there was like a level wall at the end of it when I was playing Genshin, like towards the end of when I stopped playing. So it's like I didn't really feel engaged enough to keep doing it, and they just kept updating it, so I just didn't keep up with it. But I think the potential for an anime, because there is some good storylines in there, I just want to see how they're gonna execute that, because I don't feel as though the storyline is gonna be as good as if they did something like, I don't know, if they like, let's look at other games that have been adapted into animes like Danganronpa. Like the anime, I don't think
Danganronpa.
was that good, and I don't think
No, it's not.
I think the
The main
Persona
issue
5 animation was like not bad, but I don't think it was that great.
the main issue with those is that they had like way too short of an episode. They didn't have enough episodes in order to fully develop like the storyline of the games. Danganronpa is a really not I wouldn't say really. It's a substantially long game. It's like maybe 20 hours long if you're like speeding through it and not trying to do every single thing like I was. I think I spent like fudge 35
Yeah,
35 to 40 hours in that
yeah,
game. I spent 60 hours in Danganronpa 2. The anime had 13 episodes. There was no way that they were going to get through most of the content.
yeah. That's true.
That actually makes the game good.
I mean, I guess that's kind of like how, like, when books get turned into movies, there's just a lot of information that gets cut out, and they might make certain changes, based on like fitting the plot better. So there's always gonna be stuff left out. I do think though with Danganronpa, when it's since it's like a visual novel and there's a clear progression, I think Genshin Impact the progression is not as clear in my opinion based on my time playing it. But I didn't really pay attention to the lore that much, so there is probably a good amount of
No one
potential.
did.
But there is also just like so many new characters introduced every update when they add characters, so it's, I don't know. I feel like there's gonna be stuff left out, or they're just gonna be too behind in terms of what they're trying to accomplish. But I mean, if they're starting now and it's gonna come out in, I don't know, 2023 sometime, like later 2023, which is possible, then maybe it's fine. But we'll see. And then there's also, so the company that made Genshin Impact, MiHoYo, they also made Honkai Impact. Have you heard of Honkai Impact?
Yes.
So
Unfortunately, yes.
so apparently there's a game, I guess, that's gonna come out, and it's a turn-based combat thing, but it's like Honkai. So I'm guessing that it's MiHoYo. I don't know completely, but I think if I was going to play a turn-based combat game besides Persona 5
I
when it
swear to
comes out,
God, if you say that.
no, besides Persona 5
Yeah,
when it comes out on
okay.
Xbox, because I'm definitely gonna play that, because why not? Because Game Pass for PC is $1. Um, I think I would play the
And it's
Honkai turn-based game.
literally worth a
I think
hundred.
it seemed worth my while, and I also played Honkai Impact for a while, and I think a lot of the characters and the concept of what they were doing is pretty cool.
Will it be free?
I don't know that yet. I hope
It'll
so.
probably be free.
I hope
It'll
so
probably be
because
free.
Honkai Impact and Genshin are both free, so I'm
I'm not
unsure.
gonna play it.
If it's a gotcha game, it's definitely gonna be free, but I don't know if it's going
Yeah,
to
I'm
be a
not gonna
gotcha
play
game
it.
yet. I'm guessing it will be though, because that's what MiHoYo likes to do. But
Yeah, I'm definitely not gonna play it then. Just play Breath of the Wild if you want to play Genshin Impact. Just emulate it at that point. I don't really.
it's fair. Well, I mean, if people like gotcha, then they can do that because Breath of the Wild is not
Yeah, but
gotcha. But
you're just giving your money away though.
I mean, yeah, but you can be a free to play. It's just gonna be harder for you to do what you
It's
want to
gonna be
do. You're gonna have
horrible.
to put in more
It's gonna be
hours.
hell.
If there was PvP, then it definitely would be pay to win, but it's not really a thing. So, because there is co-op, I guess you can go into someone else's like world and then help them fight world bosses. But it's really not like a PvP thing. There's not really any competitive potential for it. So I think that that's not really as big an issue. Also, do you have any like closing thoughts or anything else you want to talk about from the Tokyo Game Show? Because that's pretty much everything I had on my list I wanted to talk about. So
Did we talk about Altair Riza?
I
Did we
don't
talk about that?
think so. Oh, I have it on here. Yeah, it's the third
Yeah,
one. I don't know anything about it, but I know it's a
me
JRPG,
either.
and
Oh, we didn't talk about Deathloop either.
it looks like something that I'd be down to play. Do we need to talk about Deathloop? I mean,
Deathloop already came out, so no, we don't need to talk about it.
yeah.
I
And
haven't
then,
played it yet
but
either.
yeah, Ultia Ryza 3 looks like pretty cool. Like I don't really know much about it, but I'd play it based on how it looked. It just seemed like a pretty good JRPG, and I'm always looking for more JRPGs to play. So
I'm not gonna play it.
why not?
Because it's a free gotcha game. At that point, I might as well just play like Persona
Ooh,
5 again.
gotcha. Ooh,
I might as well just play Persona 5 Royal because I'm gonna get it on Switch anyways. So
that's fair.
I'm already playing a better game.
All right, I'm gonna go on a tangent about Master Duel. So for you guys that don't know, Master Duel is a Yu-Gi-Oh game that they released like earlier this year, or maybe it was the end of last year. But anyways, it's like a Yu-Gi-Oh game, and it's kind of like tabletop Yu-Gi-Oh, like you would play, but it's based off the original card game, which is the OCG, which is Japanese. So the people in America playing the trading card game, which is the TCG, it has different rules and it has different ban lists than the OCG. But Master Duel has a different ban list than both of them, and it gets cards at different times from both of them. Like there is a set called B Troopers that's an archetype. I believe that Master Duel got it before the trading card game did, and I think that's ridiculous. And I think the way that Master Duel is headed is just kind of weird because there's a lot of potential for competitive play, and I don't know why they haven't gotten into that yet. Also, it's a best of one format, and that means for every game that counts as like a win. So you have to win one game just to like win that match. But in traditional matches in the trading card game, and I'm pretty sure the original card game as well, it's best 2 out of 3 instead of a best of one format, which is really annoying me. It just makes me mad. There's like a lot of good stuff they could do to make it better, and I feel like there's so much potential, but also stuff like the way that their system is in game with gems as well. Like it's not that great for free to play players, and also the barrier to entry for Yu-Gi-Oh because it's just getting more and more complex and more power crept. It's way harder for new players to get into it, which I find annoying because if you want to get your friends to play it, then it's just more of a curve that they have to like get by to be able to like learn it because there's so much nuance and new stuff added that it's kind of annoying. Anyways, that's all I wanted to
Okay.
say.
All right. I think I want to go on to a tangent too.
Okay, go ahead.
About Sonic Frontier. This is not going to be a very long tangent.
Okay.
I'm just going to say because some people are comparing combat from Sonic Unleashed to Sonic Frontiers and saying how much better that Sonic Unleashed is compared to Sonic Frontiers. And I have a pretty huge problem with that because I never liked Sonic Unleashed. Well, I like 50% of the game, actually more like 30%, because the warehouse legal levels really, really suck ass. Because they are basically made just to pad out the game. That's what people's main problem with the combats were, and the combat was very repetitive, and the Werehog stages just lagged on for so long, and that's why people didn't enjoy it. And every single combat section required you to fight. That's why people didn't like it. That's why Sonic Frontiers improves upon it because now you don't actually have to fight enemies if you don't want to. You can still move on and keep the flow of the game if you want to. And Sonic actually fights like Sonic and not a weird ass stretchy werehog. And he's actually putting in combos that would make sense. I don't get why people like Sonic Unleashed. I don't know how people can put Sonic Unleashed as the best Sonic game because it just has way too many problems for me personally to be that good of a game. Because most of the time you're just not even playing as Sonic. You're playing as this weird ass, stretchy ass dude that you don't want to play as. I think it's partially my fault because I tried to beat the game like very quickly, and Werehog stages were just not letting me do that. So I don't know. Maybe once I play it later, make a video of it, I would like it. But right now, it's not. I don't like it
Fair enough.
right now,
Okay, so
and that's the end of my tangent.
now that we both had our chance to do a tangent, we can make that a every episode thing if we want to. We can just be like, okay, let's have 2 minutes each to just go on a tangent because I feel like that is interesting. Okay. Last thing. This is not related to anything that we've talked about so far, but I just want to understand
No,
like
it's not.
what is your top fast food places? That's what I want to know
Oh,
because I can argue about this.
Chick-fil-A got to be number one. Chick-fil-A got to be by default number one for anyone. Their customer service is good, their food is good, and just over they are very efficient. They are a literal machine when it comes to orders. And I have no idea how they monitor so many people so well. But Chick-fil-A is on a different level. Below that would be like Cookout or something. Cookout, McDonald's would be at the bottom of the list for me because no one actually eats McDonald's because it's good. Everyone just eats McDonald's because it provides sustenance. No one actually eats there for the quality food. They just
Okay,
go
but
there.
listen, but 9 times out of 10,
Okay,
you're not going to a fast food place for the quality food because it's fast food. You're just getting it so you can get it quick. And
okay, but
McDonald's,
if I'm
McDonald's is
going to a
notorious for
fast
being
food
cheap.
place, if I'm going to a fast food place, I want it to at least taste like something. Oh no, McDonald's tastes like cardboard.
No, okay, this is my thing with
McDonald's
McDonald's.
doesn't taste good.
It does not taste like cardboard, but it's literally the most mediocre food I've ever had. But would I
It tastes
rather
like
have
it's
it?
extreme.
I would
Never
rather
mind.
have it
You
be
keep moving.
mediocre than bad though. Like it's mediocre. Like it's just like every piece of food I've had there, like the times I've had a burger from there, literally a 5 out of 10. Literally in the middle. Like it's literally the most maybe mediocre burger I've ever had. And it's never been bad. It's always been consistent quality. It's always been consistently mediocre. So I feel like in the grand scheme of like fast food, I would put it in like a maybe a B tier or even an A tier though, because it's so like well known that it's like it's pretty much everywhere and it's a constant. Like if you go somewhere out of the country, you might find a McDonald's. You're probably gonna find a McDonald's because they're all over the
You're probably
place,
fine.
and you can always count on McDonald's to give you the same or like similar quality food, and it's always consistent. Now Chick-fil-A, sure
It
it's
is
good.
consistent.
Chick-fil-A, sure it's good. It's probably the place that
Chick-fil-A is
I
consistent too.
eat
Hold
at the
on.
most, but I don't always want chicken because you don't like burgers, and I like burgers.
Okay, but they're offering I think they are. Let me look that up real
And
quick.
this is my thing. I prefer Popeyes over Chick-fil-A. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be honest, because here's the thing: Chick-fil-A
I had to think
biscuits.
about
If
Popeyes.
you don't have
To be
chicken on the
honest,
biscuits, they're ass. And Popeyes is known for like dry biscuits, but I actually love Popeyes biscuits. Like they're really buttery and they're kind of dry and they make me choke if I don't have a drink. But 9 times out of 10, I have a drink, so that's not an issue. Oh, and here's a hot
yeah,
take.
they may kill me, but
Okay, but
they're
it's
pretty good.
but if you have a drink, you're fine. But this the hottest take I'm gonna drop of this episode probably. Popeyes fries are the best fast food fries. I'm not gonna lie to you. They are
I don't eat
so
their fries
good.
a lot, then so
Have you
I
had
can't
their?
comment on
When's the
that.
last time you had their fries?
Like a year ago.
They are
Probably.
okay. Cause listen, I'm talking
I,
about
I
their
usually get their. I usually go there for their chicken sandwiches. Is the thing.
their chicken
Um,
sandwiches hit too. But this is what I'm saying.
they're not as good as Chick-fil-A's.
No, they're better.
No,
They're better the times
they're
I've had
not.
them.
They're more. I don't know. They taste better, but I can tell more that they're genetically modified compared to Chick-fil-A's. I eat Popeyes chicken sandwiches. It's like, yeah, there's definitely something wrong with this.
Yeah, but that's what I
There,
want though.
I
Like
should not. I should not be eating this right now, huh?
I know there's something wrong with it, and I'm okay with that because you're consenting to put that in your body when you eat that because you know it's gonna be genetically
Yeah,
modified when you get it, but it
I
tastes
don't know.
good as hell though. Like it's still
Popeyes
so
makes me
good.
feel worse about eating fast food. It's like I really know I shouldn't be eating this right now.
Nah, it's good though. I mean, it does, but also
It is
like
good.
I only have it occasionally, so like if I had as much as I had Chick-fil-A, I might be like more tired of it. But the fries for me, the Cajun fries are so good because they're not under seasoned. They have a good amount of seasoning. And the way it's fried, it's like I don't know how to describe it. It's almost like tempura or something like that. Like I don't know, like they dipped it in batter and then fried it or something. And it's so
Yeah.
freaking good. And I will eat those fries 9 times out of 10, no, 10 times out of 10 over Chick-fil-A fries because Chick-fil-A fries are really overrated. It's just a waffle shape, and that's why people like them. But if you don't have sauce, those fries are not good. The fries literally taste like cardboard because it's just straight potato, which is healthy, and that's what people want. But also, you need to find a balance between tasting good and like needing to have dipping sauce for them to even be valid, versus like just being like pure potato. Like there's some
My
balance in
main
there.
my main problem with Chick-fil-A fries is that they don't have enough seasoning on them. That's pretty
They
much my
don't.
only thing.
They're just bland. They
If they
have maybe a
had
little
if
bit
they
of
had
salt.
more seasoning, then they would be good to me.
I will say
Better
though,
to me.
Chick-fil-A versus Popeyes. Chick-fil-A has much better sauce selection, and I love Chick-fil-A sauce more than any Popeye sauce I've
What
ever
does
had.
Popeyes even have
I
for
don't.
chick sauce?
They have like I think they have like
They're
some
not really known
buffalo.
for that.
They have like some buffalo thing, but it's really not that good. Like the sauce I've
Yeah, they're
had from
not.
them are not that good. So
Um,
I can't even lie.
yeah.
But overall though,
So in conclusion, Chick-fil-A better.
no, but
That's what
listen,
we're
if
saying.
someone told me, would you rather have Chick-fil-A or Popeyes? I'm picking Popeyes. Because also
No,
Popeyes, I feel like they have more variety of sides and their sides are just better.
that is true. That is
I
true.
will say
I will give you that.
Chick-fil-A mac and cheese is better than Popeyes mac and cheese from what I've experienced. But like their
Oh,
other
mac and
sides I
cheese.
think are better and they have better deals. Like you can get a bunch of biscuits for a low price. And I actually like the biscuits. I'll stand by this. I like the biscuits. And if you need some water to drink with them, then just get some water. Like it's not that hard. Like
Okay, but you can make that same argument for Chick-fil-A fries then too. If you're tired of them not having seasoning, then just get some salt.
no, but it's like I
Get some
mean,
salt.
yeah,
Put
but
some of
like
that.
but like also like it's not that they're bland, it's just like dry though. But the fries are bland. Like it's not the issue with the flavor, it's just the amount of moisture it has. And low key, let me tell you, because the last time I had biscuits, I uh
Take
I left it overnight in the fridge and then I warmed it up in the microwave, and the texture wasn't perfect, but it was moist though. Like it was not dry. I did not need any beverage with that. So low key life hack, just get you some Popeyes biscuits and put them in the microwave, and you are good. Like you're gonna be perfectly fine. You're gonna love them because they're warm and they're steamy and they have moisture and they're buttery, like perfect biscuits.
I don't know. I
I
don't
bet
really
you
have their
never tried
biscuits
that.
that often.
I'm gonna
No,
get some. We're gonna
obviously
try
not.
that sometime.
I don't have Popeyes that often, or I don't have too much of their stuff that often.
It's pretty
I don't
fire.
really go out of the. I get like a spicy chicken sandwich and then the regular chicken sandwich when I go there.
It's
That's
pretty
pretty much
fire.
it.
Okay, so
I'm good.
closing thoughts. I think the game show looked pretty good. I'm excited for a lot of the games. I think there's a lot of potential there. Uh, Yu-Gi-Oh Master Duel sucks. The Sonic game Chris was talking about sucks because why would you not just want to play as Sonic? And Popeye's better than Chick-fil-A. Yep, no argument. No argument there.
I no.
No arguments there. All right.
I could never agree with that take.
I think you can. I think you'll get there.
Chick-fil-A is just the undisputed king, whatever it comes to fast food places.
And also Cookout is slept on, unless you're in North Carolina. Where
Yeah,
it's like
Cookout
summer.
is slept. Cookout is underrated. I would put Cookout actually. I wouldn't say that. I was about to say I would put Cookout above Popeyes, but I don't know.
If you like burgers, you would love Cookout though too. Cookout would be your favorite if
I
you like
don't like.
burgers.
I don't like burgers.
I know you don't,
I
but
don't
if you
like
did though,
burgers.
Cookout would probably be number one. Maybe
I
Wendy.
like
You
their
you like Wendy's more too,
I like their chicken
because low-key
sandwiches. I think
Baconators are
everything. I think
Baconators are bomb.
everything is better than McDonald's though. I can't really think of anything that's worse than McDonald's.
That's fair. Anyways, you have any
I
closing
really
thoughts before we end it?
Well, we're gonna try to do this as often as we can, and we'll add like more. We can have like more special episodes to like specific things.
Yeah, we might
Like
get
maybe
some of
make.
our friends as guests on. They can come join us in some
Oh yeah.
conversations. In future episodes, we might talk about some controversial topics or controversial opinions we have. So we'll bring some entertaining stuff to talk about to the table, and y'all will hopefully enjoy that. But thank you guys for tuning in. Like we said, hopefully next episode up, maybe next week or the week after. But we'll be working on that, and we'll get some good discussion topics. And if you guys do listen to this and you have some stuff you want us to talk about, maybe in the future that you find
Does
interesting,
Spotify have comments?
well, we're gonna
How
put
do
this
we
on
get
YouTube too, though.
feedback? Yeah. Okay.
So
Yeah, that makes sense.
if you're watching this on YouTube or listening to this on YouTube and you have suggestions, please go ahead, leave it down below. We'll definitely take a look at those because we want to make it better for you guys and discuss some interesting stuff that we also enjoy talking about. So we also have some topics ready for the future that we already have on the drawing board. So we'll bring those for future episodes. So it's looking good. Thank you guys again for tuning in. All right,
This is like the first time that we ever tried doing something like this. So
Bex.
yeah,
It'll only get
that would
better
be
from here.
helpful.
All right, thank y'all. I hope y'all have a good one. I'll see y'all next episode. Say bye, Chris. Dang.
I said bye.
Oh, okay.
Can you
Bye.
hear me?
Yeah.